there is the clock. 1 hour, 40 minutes is underway then, and Marchand accelerates away towards the first corner, but Paul Lepere is going to try and go around the outside into that first bend, and look at Walton and Triller holding off Ivan Chevalier and the two BMW Chevaliers off track at the first corner. Oh, and straight into the wall goes one of the Porsches there. Didn't quite see who that was, but they've emerged right in the middle of the pack. No, it's Maxime Barbier, sorry. Oh, look at this. Blumschein fancies another go at his old sparring partner, Paul Lepere. They've had so many good fights so far this season. Blumschein's going to go around the outside at Sunset Bend, but Paul Lepere breaks very, very late. Blumschein has to stick to the outside, but the Ferrari goes a bit wide at the apex, leaves the door open. Tobias Blumschein says, thank you very much. I'm going to go straight through that open door, and the BMW is onto the bottom step of the podium.
I don't know how long Walton and Triller is going to be able to hold off this V8 hybrid that's going to be steaming its way through here.
Here we go then. Blumschein again has a look to the outside at Sunset Bend. Walton Triller, he's doing the Paul Lepere. He's going wide and leaving the door open for Tobias Blumschein to nip that BMW up the inside and into second position here. This is an absolutely fantastic start from Tobias Blumschein. Lock up from Sachin Sobers, and that leaves just enough room for Jan Chevalier to nip up the inside, and Sobers, oh, very nearly turned in on him there. But we still got 90 minutes to go in this race. Oh, very, very good move there, because Spursik didn't have to do anything too fancy. Marin Basir just went wide at turn one, and the BMW did not need to be asked twice there.
And make it into a 5-car battle.
Oh, was that a slow down for Tobias Blumschein, and the Ferraris just have to swerve to avoid him. Chevalier is going to get through as well. Been shown here, he really wants to get through, and who can blame him there as Chevalier makes a mistake there and leaves the door wide open. Tobias Blumschein only needed one opportunity, and he has been given it. Look at how much Kaspersky going right to the inside as soon as possible to defend into the hairpin at turn 7 there. Basir shows his nose on the outside. That's not traditionally where the grip is, but he might be able to get a better exit then as they come towards Cunningham Corner and turn 10. Through Fangio they go for the kink. Can Basir get a wheel alongside? Almost. He is going to try and show the nose for that McLaren. Round the outside at Cunningham then. And can he get the overlap? Oh, the McLaren drifting out wide and tapping the back of Kaspersik's BMW.
Now we see Blumschein is alongside Lapere. Is this going to end up in a move for the podium for the BMW driver? It's around the outside. It's not the favoured move. He's managed to hang it around there, though.
It work. He's going to be on the outside for Tower, though. Oh no, they don't avoid contact. Blumschein hits the back, and that's out. Paul Lepere lost the rear tyre. He is going to be our first retirement from the race, and in spectacular fashion, too. Kaspersky well and truly under attack, and now has to leave space for a Triller and Blumschein. Blumschein is still there through Tower Corner, and can Marin Basir take advantage now? Kaspersky knows he lost out there. Here comes Basir up the inside then as they go towards Le Mans Corners at the end of this lap, and he's going to sweep his way through. That was very opportunistic from Marin Basir.
Blumschein, I mean, he just had to make that move, realistically, didn't he? He cannot afford to back off of Walton and Triller at all, and it's Kaspersky back through.
Tobias Blumschein is going to try and attack Walton Triller round the outside into the hairpin. The Triller breaks very, very deep into that turn 7 hairpin, almost too deep, and now he's going to be looking very, very vulnerable as they go towards the middle sector and Cunningham Corner here. Blumschein needs to get through now because Marchand is nearly 5 seconds ahead. Round the outside at Cunningham Corner he goes, and again, this is another marginal move here. Are they going to leave each other enough space? They bang wheels once. Are they going to bang again as they go towards the S-bend here into Tower Corner? Just enough space left. More contact made, and it's Blumschein that's on the outside as now Chevalier is caught back up to both of them. That should leave with even more chaos than we've seen before as Basir breaks super late into the hairpin, almost gets a wheel alongside. Oh, off track goes Message Kaspersky there, and he's almost going to have to compromise his exit, and round the outside goes Marin Basir. They bang doors into each other. Basir is not going to let this one go without a fight. Now the rain is falling. It is absolutely hammer and tongs between these two. Basir still there around the outside fantastically. They bump and barge. Basir not happy about being run out of room there.
It was contact with the wall for Marchand coming in to turn 2. He's had another off-track moment, but this time he's gone all the way to the WeatherTech tyre barriers.
Marin Basir again attacks Message Kaspersky. The brakes glowing orange into Cunningham Corner, and again Kaspersky just tries to hold the middle of the road, push Marin Basir as wide as he dares, but Basir's through and back up the inside immediately comes Message Kaspersik, but that's going to compromise his exit through Tower Corner, and the leaders in Hypercar are about to lap both of them, and it's going to be 3 wide then into Le Mans. This is a nightmare situation for Roman Marchand as a Triller follows him through. The 2 class leaders side by side. Kaspersik back up the inside as they go into Le Mans, and now Blumshine dies for the pit lane because he did not want to be held up any longer in that, and it's going to be Chevalier that has to watch the 2 squabble in front of him as again Kaspersik tries to get alongside, but he's not quite able to do so before Sunset Ben. What a fantastic duel there, and it's Blumshine that's blinking first then. And Kaspersik has just retaken second, as you saw through Sunset Ben, from Marin Basir here, but now Walter Triller has got the run round the outside. How hard will Roman Marchand defend the lead here? He's going to try and force Walter Triller out wide. The second Toyota Chevalier is going to get involved in this as well. This is knife edge, wheel to wheel stuff, and any wrong move now could be spelled disaster for all 3 of these drivers. Then
every second that they spend behind Marchand going at such a low speed is going to cost them time, and I think Chevalier is incredibly aware of that as he's the next man down pit lane from this leading pack.
Yeah, so we'll have to see where Blumshine and Chevalier filter out relative to one another. Blumshine's going in 8th now, 29 seconds behind is now a Triller, makes a bid up the inside into Sunset. He's trying to take the lead. Can Roman Marchand fight against this? He's going to be stranded on the outside. He has to back off, and a Triller takes the lead then with 52 minutes left to go. There is Tobias Blumshine then, and is he going to come out behind then Yvan Chevalier? Chevalier, I think, had a quicker pit stop actually. May have stuck with the same tyres, and he is about 12 seconds ahead of Tobias Blumshine there. So both of them pitting for fuel, but different tyre choices between the pair of them. Blumshine on the wets, I believe Chevalier, yep, still on the dry. So Triller's coming in then, so surely he's got to go for wets now, and he'll have to see where he comes out relative to Blumshine. As for Marchand, he's got heavy damage from the steering angle, hasn't he? He's surely got to repair that. In now. Oh! And is that, is that Yvan Chevalier coming in again, is it? Chevalier having to pit for wets then. So the game is up. Tobias Blumshine is at least going to get onto the podium here, but he's going to be behind Walter Triller. Sopis is only, oh, he's right behind Blumshine. He's ahead. Tobias Blumshine, I think, has dropped it somewhere. So you are absolutely right there. Through the middle sector, Tobias has had even more issues.
2 or 3 laps too early, and suddenly he's gone from...
It's Melistas, sorry, that went off at, I think, turn 2 there. Is that Melistas with a lot of damage, the way he's crawling around there as well. Oh, big crash! And is that Roomba Bears or Schubert that's been collected by the Toyota in the background? Is that Yvan Chevalier that's hit him? I believe it is.
Chevalier is not at fault at all. The number 70 Inception McLaren is spun out of the final corner already, gets moving again and collects the innocent Toyota as he's coming past. Oh, Chevalier is going to be gutted by that.
Jeremy Leitus under huge pressure as they go towards turn 1 then with 33 minutes left on the clock. Marin Basir going around the outside. Which of these 2 is going to take their first win of the season then? The lights shining on the spray coming out the back of the Ferrari and the McLaren there. Leitus on the inside has to let off the throttle, and Basir goes around the outside and takes the lead then into turn 2, and now it's Kaspersik's turn to put pressure on the front, but Basir goes too deep, goes off and loses that lead again. So Jeremy Leitus back in the class lead in GD3. This is nip and tuck stuff. Everybody squabbling away like small children in a playground for the lead at this one, Ollie. But this could go any of 3 ways at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I cannot disagree at all. We said at the start of the race that it could go any way. Jeremy Leitus through that first stint showed us that actually he was in control, but now it's back to being anyone's game again.
Yeah, it's actually Kaspersik who pit a lap later than these 2, who might have the tyres in the best condition. But side by side, Basir is going around the outside again of Jeremy Leitus, and Leitus, as Basir defends now into Cunningham Corner, is surely going to lose the lead this time around, and he's knocked down to second in class then.
The last thing you want to see as a hypercar trying to lap GT cars is 2 or 3 cars having a really intense battle, because it only makes it scarier.
And here comes Kaspersik, got a much better run at the final corner than Jeremy Leitus towards Sunset Bend. Surely the BMW, with its amazing straight line speed, or the Ferrari's no slouch for that matter, is going to get ahead in the Hypercars Championship. Is going to go from 4th to 2nd, which is a big gain. Big dive into Sunset from Message Kaspersik there, and he just tries to muscle his way through. That was so nearly him spinning Marin Basia out if he wasn't careful there, but he judged that really, really well and just about avoided disaster there. Now he's going up the inside again into the first corner, and this time it's Marin Basia's turn to sweep across and hold that lead then. You could tell Demolian's just struggling at this phase. And up the inside as Jeremy Leightus is forced out of the way. Surely that's going to allow Roman Marchand up the inside then as, he tries to turn in from off track there to Olivier Demolians. That was a little bit rude, wasn't it? Yellow flag somewhere out on track. Was that more trouble for Marchand, I think, at the first corner, and he's slowing right to crawl. The rear wing is missing.
He's lost his rear wing.
Oh dear, so reprieve for Demolians. He goes up to 4, but Marchand has clearly made contact with the wall with just a handful of minutes left to go on the clock. Jeremy Leightus is out. We saw him going into the pits there. Was there potentially damage for Jeremy Leightus? As we see big issues here, that's Lexi Taylor in issues, trying to go into the pit lane, and he's collected some cones. He's got it spectacularly wrong here. This might be the final move we see in the race then. Maxime Barbier needs to give Lexi Taylor a wide berth. Lexi Taylor, just the Englishman fighting to keep it in a straight line, but there we go. Maxime Barbier gratefully inherits 7th then. The yellow Ferrari is going to take its first win here in VMS Contender. Walter Natrilla then, this will put him up to 2nd in the points. Round the final corner, goes right into the wall there, but it's too late to dent his challenge. He's going to win by 30 seconds there. An absolutely spectacular drive there by Walter Natrilla. Through the final corner he comes. He slows a little bit to a crawl here. Is he going to do a little celebratory weave as he crosses the line? Marin Basia wins the GT3 class in the 100 minutes of Sebring. An absolutely fantastic performance from the Frenchman. The first time that Marin Basia has won for McLaren then. 11 seconds then ahead of Message Kaspersik. So actually, Kaspersik had a very slow final lap then, but nonetheless, a fantastic duel between the two of them together pretty much for the entire 100 minutes then of Sebring. But it's Kaspersik's second best. Lucas Korsch finishes 3rd ahead of Gustav Schubert, getting his best result so far in 4th ahead of Jerome Mitral. Then our 2 non-finishers, Jeremy Leightus with that damage after starting on pole position. It's a case of what could have been for Jeremy. I think if it didn't rain, could have been a much better result for Jeremy Leightus. And then Rune Babeas with that big crash, taking himself and Ivan Chevalier out of the running. Meanwhile, here is your hypercar order. It is Walter Natrilla that takes his first victory of the season. The Finn doing an absolutely spectacular job from 2nd on the grid. Or was it 3rd on the grid, wasn't it, behind Paul Lepere? Then Sachin Sobers makes a spectacular recovery, stayed out of trouble to get 2nd position, really did a good job in tricking dishes in the wet to finish 32 seconds down. Tobias Blumschein, he was really making big moves in the first part of the race. Bit of up and down day for him, but nonetheless, another podium to his credit will do his championship a world of good. Olivier Demolians in the top 4, despite a lot of scary moments for him in this race. Nearly binned it in the final a couple of laps there, but nonetheless holds on to 4th from Yanis Bugiera, who's just 15 seconds behind him. Then is Kostas Melistas, the sole Toyota to get home in 6th, with Maxime Barbier and Lexi Taylor after horrible opening stints of the race where they suffered huge damage, sticking with it and coming home 7th and 8th respectively, with Barbier doing a very, very good job in particular to keep it clean. Roman Marchand, sadly, and Ivan Chevalier, big crashes meant the 2 Toyotas did not get to the end. And Paul Lepere, that collision with Tobias Blumschein early on will be controversial.